Hi, I'm Russell D. Jones with D6 Mafia. We're here on the floor of Gen Con, and we're getting ready to do a demo of XCOM, which is one of Fantasy Flight's new games. So let's check it out. Mark's going to tell us all about it. Let's jump right in.
Awesome. Hey, everyone. We're going to walk through how the game works here really quickly, and then we'll play a round through to show you how it works. So XCOM is a cooperative game for 1 to 4 players. It does require the use of an app to play. We'll have that available for Apple, iOS, and Android, downloadable on Mac and PC. Also available on our website to play directly from there. The idea is that we want it available for as many possible things as you can, really easy to access. It's an integrated part of the game. It's the time phase, so it's a timer. It also tells you what to do, and it randomizes how the enemies work. So rather than a lot of our other games where we have decks of cards or dice that have the random elements, the app will do all that for us. We're really excited about how that works and the cool aspects we can add to that to really amp up how the game works. So in a given game, each round will have 2 phases. There's the time phase that the app will run that'll give us commands. So we will research something, and aliens will spawn, and you'll have to commit soldiers to missions, and we'll get more budget, and we'll have to deal with those in a timely fashion as the app rolls along. Then we'll have a resolution phase where we'll resolve all of those tasks. So in each game, there are 4 roles. Regardless of the number of players, we'll play all 4 roles. When less than 4 players, someone will just play multiple roles. We have the chief scientist. Their job is to research technologies. They make everyone cooler, essentially. The squad leader's job is to deal with the soldiers, to defend our base, and commit them to missions. They will win us the game. They will also not lose us the game. So no pressure, but it's all on your shoulders. The commander's job is to deal with our budget. You'll watch everyone spend your money, and you have nothing you can do about it, really. You'll deal with the crisis deck, which is full of terrible, terrible things. And because those 2 jobs are terrible things to deal with, you also get to play with our ships. Okay. You'll assign them to global defense. I can live with that. And I, as a central officer, will run the app, command what to do. I'm kind of like the boss. I'm really bossy, tell you what to do. And I will also deploy satellites to stop things in orbit, as well as help us shift guys around the board or deflect aliens. It allows us to be more flexible with our satellites. The central mechanic of the game, during resolution, is you will assign units to a task. Each player has their own kind of unit. We've got scientists, soldiers, interceptors, and satellites. And every unit assigned to that will roll 1 XCOM die. It's a D6 with 2 successes on it. You'll also always roll the enemy threat die. So we're trying to complete this task here, which is researching a light plasma rifle with 2 successes on it. So you roll all the dice, and we succeeded right out the gate. Let's say we got only 1 success. We'll put 1 success token on that. That'll stay there until we finish it by getting 1 more success. And we can push by rolling again. Pushing increases the threat. I'll explain what that does in just a bit. We're going to roll them all again. We got a 2nd success. Let's say this is a 1. So another success means we've researched this. This will go to the squad leader as tech that you'll have for the rest of the game. So you'll have this cool gun to use. But since we've rolled equal to or less than the current threat level on the enemy die, all the units coming into that mission are either exhausted in terms of scientists and satellites, they're out for the next round, or in terms of soldiers and interceptors, destroyed. They're just gone. We don't get them anymore. So the more units you put to something, the more dice you get to roll, but also the more you're risking on those missions and tasks. So that's the central mechanic of the resolution phase. At this point, let's walk through a round. I'll show you how everything works, what all the steps are, and if you guys have any questions, let me know. So I actually shuffle that back on the deck, and we'll start over. So we've got 4 players. There's 5 difficulty modes. One's tutorial. It'll walk you through the game. All the rules, reference guide is in the app. We've got a really short rule book in the game. The idea is you get it out, you start playing right away. We'll play in easy. That gives us an unlimited amount of pause. Normally, pause is a resource that I, as a central officer, have to manage. We only have so much time we can pause the game and talk about things. Otherwise, we have to keep moving with the tasks. We'll play in easy. This also tells me how to set up everything. What final mission we have, what aliens we face, where the continents start. So every game will be a little bit different. Are we ready? Here we go. So, start around 1. First thing is always new technologies available. So you'll draw a hand of 6 technology cards. Those are the technologies you have for this round of the game. Excellent. Okay, next thing we have, you have a budget of 12 credits. So you'll draw 12 credits, make them a pool in front of you, and that's the money you have to spend for this round. Every unit we deploy is 1 credit. So we can deploy 12 units before we go over budget. And like in real life, going over budget has no negative consequences. It's okay. Okay, next thing we have is we have an enemy in the base. So you'll draw the top card of the enemy deck, put him face up here. We'll fight him later. So we got a floater trying to destroy our base. Okay, UFOs detected. You might have seen on the screen, we've got some yellow ones that came up earlier. That's information for me as a central officer to know that aliens are coming, and now they've spawned. So I have to put 1 in Europe, and 1 in Africa. Each UFO we don't kill at the end of the round will increase panic in that continent by 1. So we want to try and keep continents out of panic, because the more they go into panic, the closer to the end of the game we get. Okay. Next thing is another enemy in the base. We spawn a second enemy in the base. Another chrysalid now. Ooh. Okay. Now you'll assign research 3. So you put a research tech from your hand into bay 3 and put any number of, or up to 3 scientists there if you'd like. So we have the Firestorm, excellent. 2, so that will cost us 2 credits. Each unit costs 1. So make a pool of used credits. We'll audit them at the end to make sure we haven't missed anything. Perfect, excellent. Yep. Choose mission. So now squad leader, you draw the top 2 cards in the mission deck and choose one. That's our final mission. We'll get that to the end of the game. Yep. So draw 2 cards. Yep. And you get to choose one. At the top of the card are 2 bonuses we get if you complete the mission. One will always reduce panic in a continent, and the other one will recruit soldiers or build interceptors or give us more money, a lot of random effects. Okay. So choose the one you think looks the coolest.
Okay, well, I'm going to pick this.
Excellent. Target extraction. Very good. So that one goes in the bottom of the deck. Very good. And you'll put 1 face down enemy on this open enemy slot right there. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. Emergency funding is available. So Commander, now is the time that you can shore up your budget. Okay. You have this emergency funding which has 10 credits on it. Right. That's all you get for the rest of the game. Oh. Okay. All right. So you can take any amount of money that you want now from that, but that does not replenish. And any credits you have at the end of the round are used to build interceptors or recruit soldiers. That doesn't carry over to the next round. Okay. But whatever you want to take to shore up a budget this round, you can take now.
I think I'll stay.
You'll stay? I would take a little bit.
Take a little bit?
Take a little bit.
All right.
At least.
I'll take 2 to make up for
Okay.
it.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay. You're now going to deploy squad to the mission. So flip over that alien. And now you can deploy up to 4 soldiers to the mission. Notice that there are 3 tasks. 1, 2, the enemy is number 3. They have icons on them. Each icon can hold 1 soldier. And it has to have a matching icon on their card. So this first one has the reticule symbol. That's either the sniper or the support. And since it's golden, if you have one that also is specialized in that task, you get to roll an extra die. Oh. So a sniper would be great. You assign to the mission as a whole. Each soldier can be assigned to multiple tasks as long as they stay alive. So you assign them right out here on top. Yep. You can assign up to 4. Each one costs us 1 credit.
Now, if I put a guy that has golden, does that give me a bonus?
Only if the task is also specialized.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. So we'll do that. Do that also.
Awesome. 3 credits. We'll continue. Next thing, we assign research 1. Awesome. You can put up to 3 scientists there if you'd like. Each one costs us 1 credit.
We're at 9. Oh, did I need a 4th guy here for that?
Nope. You can assign guys to multiple tasks. It's okay. Yep, you'll be fine. 2 of them. We will continue on. Crisis Commander. Now you're going to make a terrible decision.
Okay.
So this crisis deck is full of terrible things. You draw 2 and choose 1 terrible thing that we're going to deal with later.
All right.
They're all terrible. There's no good one. There's just terrible and more terrible.
Do we have any satellites in orbit?
Not yet. They'll resolve at the end of the timed round, so I may place them later.
Well, I think that's the one I'm going to go with.
Sounds good. That one goes on the bottom, and we'll resolve this at the end of the timed phase.
All right, cool.
So next thing we have is another Crisis Commander.
Geez. So 2 more?
2 more, yep. So the events in the app are random. There will always be the 3 research bays deploying to orbit and global defense, deploying guys to base defense, spawning a new mission, and deploying guys to a mission. But things like spawning aliens to the base, crisis cards are always random. There's a random number of them, and when they happen is more random.
I think I'm going to do that.
Destroying an interceptor. Okay, sounds good. We'll deal with that later. Next thing is we have a UFO detecting in orbit, and since I can't place satellites there, I can't defend against it. Right. Thanks a lot, Commander. Okay, next thing, defend the base. You're now going to assign soldiers to the base. You can, like the mission, sign up to 4, and they have to be used to assign tasks on the associated enemies that are there. Yep, perfect. Yep.
Okay, so let's both have targets, so let's assign that guy.
Perfect. Yep. The heavy would be very useful there.
Okay, that's what
He can be assigned to both. Yep. Just the 2? That's fine. That'd probably be pretty good. That'll cost us two credits. Yep, very good. Okay, next thing is deploy satellites. I can deploy satellites here to protect us from orbit, but since you've chosen that crisis card earlier, I'm going to ignore that and not waste our money. So, UFO, another UFO detected in orbit. Now my satellites have the ability to move UFOs around. So I'm going to spend 2 satellites off the board. That doesn't cost budget, and move them elsewhere. I'm put 1 in Africa and 1 in Europe, so you can use your interceptors to defend against them. Okay. Crisis Commander, another crisis. Our favorite thing. Oh, time you on 12 seconds.
I guess I'll go with that one.
Oh, that's terrible. All of them are terrible.
Yes. The other one was worse than that.
You now get to deploy interceptors, keeping in mind the crisis you just played, which will take 2 of them back from where you deployed them.
Okay, so now...
You have 6 to deploy to the 6 continents.
Okay.
These are probably your targets, and each one costs, again, 1 credit. You have 22 seconds. Okay. 1 in Europe, 1 in Africa. Each one gives you an extra die if you want to deploy anything else.
No. I'll risk that.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah.
Assign research 2. Now the UFO power. How many scientists would you like to put there?
The number of successes is there.
Yep.
So really only 1 is reasonable.
That's fine. Yep, that's fine. Excellent. And that's the end of round 1. So that's all the things that we're supposed to do for the round for the app. The first thing we do at this point is we audit our budget. So you count how many credits you've spent, and we'll count units on the board. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have none. 11, 12.
12.
Perfect. Every credit you have left can be used to build an interceptor or recruit a soldier.
Oh, okay.
So you can recruit up to 2. What would you like?
I think I'd like interceptors.
You're going to be greedy and take it for yourself.
I am.
Excellent. So take 2 interceptors to your supply. And now all the credits will be returned to your pool over there.
Okay.
Perfect.
And do these go too?
Those go as well, yep.
Okay.
Last thing we do is we resolve crises. So go ahead and resolve your crisis.
Okay, so move 2 from global defense to the reserve.
So the 2 you deployed are now gone.
Yeah.
So we have no defense
That's
at all.
That's fine.
We now destroy an interceptor.
Destroy 1.
So that goes back here.
Okay.
And
Move.
all satellites in orbit are gone, so we don't get to do that either. So no global defense this turn.
All right.
Excellent.
That's good.
Sounds good. I'm going to leave one out here to show you how it works.
Okay.
So just so we're not terrible.
Right.
Yeah. So now we will resolve tasks, starting with Research Bay 1 and working counterclockwise around the board. So you roll 2 XCOM dice for the 2 scientists you have there, and the enemy threat die. Okay, so 1 success, very good. You can push now if you'd like, but threat will go to 2. Go for it. No successes, but you can push again. Threat goes to 3. 1 more success. Would you like to push to 4? Go for it.
Why not? Show us how it works. Oh.
No successes, you can push to 5. If not,
Yeah, go for it.
it's very good. If not, it stays there with 2 successes. You can try it next turn as well. It's up to you.
What is the red die?
The red die is the threat die.
So I need to roll over 5.
You have to roll over 5. If you roll 5 or under, all the units assigned to that are gone.
Okay, I got it.
Yep.
But we still keep the successes.
Yep, still keep the successes.
I'm gonna go for it.
There it is.
2 successes. You've successfully researched it, but those guys flip over and they stay right there for now. So now I have UFO tracking. I use that to allow re-rolls of XCOM dice.
Now, does it stay at 5 when he goes to research his other things?
It'll research between each task. Or, I'm sorry, reset between each task. So yeah, so reset over here to number 2. So go ahead and roll for task 2. Now you got 1 die, yep, and the threat die. No successes, threat goes to 2. Threat goes to 3.
There we go.
Success! You're researching all of my fun toys. Thank you. I get more things. Yes. That stays there. Yep. Over here to task or research bay 3. 2 dice. Yep. Very good.
All right.
Amazing. Right away. So the firestorm goes to the commander. Very well done. I now would roll. Oh, dice 2. Well done. That was very good. I would now roll for orbital defense, but there's nothing there, and I have no satellites, so we'll skip that. That's resolved the same way as everything else. You now can roll for the defense of Europe.
All right.
So at 1, no good, we'll go to 2. There's 1 success, that's 1 UFO gone.
Okay.
You may now continue, you can continue to push to 3, yep.
Alright.
Yeah.
Can you use that technology? You can't place satellites.
I can use it right now. It's rolling it. I can let him roll an additional die for a task. Let's do that now. I'll show you how that works.
All right.
So roll an additional die because I've used UFO tracking. No good, but you get to keep the die for the next task.
Oh, okay.
So on to 4. Yep. Success. He is destroyed. The interceptor stays there until the end of the round, but he's not destroyed. But since we haven't dealt with Africa yet, Africa's panic will go up by 1 for every UFO that's left there.
Oh.
So it's up to 2. Now we lose the game if 2 countries go to full panic up here in the orange.
All right.
So we're trying to keep them as low as possible during the game.
Right.
Okay. Now on to base defense. So you will defend against these aliens.
Okay.
There's 2 of them there. You have 2 soldiers.
Okay.
You'll pick 1 alien, and you'll place soldiers on that alien, 1 for each task, to try and fight it.
Now will I be able to carry it over the soldiers over to the next task?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
You can use soldiers on multiple enemies as long as they stay alive.
As long as they stay alive.
Yep.
Um,
So the heavy can be used. Let's see. Heavy actually doesn't have either of those symbols, but the assault does have that targeting symbol over there. So you can put 1 assault there
Okay.
and roll 1 die. I'm going to give you an extra 1 to try and fight him this turn. So that's 2 dice.
and the red die.
Good luck. Yep. Threats at 1.
Come on. Oh.
No good. The floater has an ability called evade, which means you can't fight him again this turn.
Okay.
So he stays there. You'll move on to the chrysalid and assign guys to the chrysalid.
Now we'll do both these guys.
Perfect. Yep. They both have the icons that match. And threat goes to 2. It does not reset between enemies in the base.
Okay.
And his ability is,
Yeah, it
oh,
increases.
implant. That will increase the threat by 1. So now it's considered to be 3.
Okay. Wow.
No successes, and you roll a 3. Now I have an ability called satellite uplink. Will let you re-roll the red die.
Okay.
So I'll exhaust that. I use it once per round. Re-roll it. Very good. So you can keep going if you'd like. We're at threat level 4 now considered. Shows 3, but +1 because he has implant.
What's the disadvantage if I stop?
Every enemy that stays there will increase base damage by 1. When we get to 7 base damage, we lose the game.
Okay. We'll try it again.
Sounds good. That is 1 success, but since you rolled a 1, both soldiers are killed. And we don't have enough successes to kill him, so we'll do 2 damage to our base, and both these guys are discarded. They go away at the end of each round. They hit and run.
If those had been discarded, I would have had salvage.
Yep, if they killed him, you would have salvage. Yep. Yep. So now we go to the mission.
Okay.
Threat resets to 1, and you assign going left to right. So the first mission's over here. It's got that specialized reticule symbol, so the sniper's really good for that one.
Okay, let's do that.
So yep, 2 dice and the threat die.
So 2 dice and a threat die like that?
Awesome. All you need is 1 success.
Okay.
That task is complete.
Okay.
You can move on to the next task, but like the base, threat continues to rise over the mission.
All right, good.
So threat's at 2.
This is the star, so we're gonna have that and go there.
Okay, you can assign 2 guys there since there's 2 symbols.
Oh, really?
Yep.
As long as they stay alive, I can continue.
Yep. So you can put the assault guy there and the heavy guy in the other icon because he has a matching symbol.
Okay.
And roll 2 dice. Yep. Threat's at 2. Success again. Well done.
Alrighty.
So we have another success token there. Now you'll fight the floater at threat level 3.
Okay.
The assault has that matching icon again, so he'll get 2 dice if you assign him here.
Okay.
And the heavy has the teamwork icon, the hands. So you'll assign, that's a 3rd die you'll get for that one.
Okay, now if I were to assign the sniper, would he get?
There's not enough icons to assign a 3rd soldier at
Okay,
this
I got
point.
you, I got
So
you.
yep.
Okay.
So 3 dice. You have the specialized symbol and 1 for each soldier. Success, you rolled a 3. The threat level's at 3. So these guys both die, but they succeeded. That goes to the scientist as salvage. And the mission's complete, so we get to the chief scientist can research 1 tech for free. So from your hand, you research any tech you want for free. And Panic in Africa goes down by 2. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's why I picked that. Nicely done.
Awesome, awesome.
Sounds good.
Satellite targeting. All of my fun toys you're giving me. This is great. Thank you. So this goes to the side as a completed mission.
Okay, just down here?
Yep, that's fine. And you'll get a new mission next turn. So at this point, the app asks 4 questions. How many guys are in orbit? The more UFOs we have in orbit, the more the app gets messed up. It'll cause things to be out of order. So you might have to deploy guys to the base before any enemies have spawned, or you'll be asked to take emergency funding as the first thing for you know exactly how much budget we need. It'll cause it to be more difficult, and it will shrink some of the times down, so it's a little more stressed. The second thing we'll ask is the base been destroyed to know if the game is over? It'll ask if a mission has been completed this turn. Every mission we complete causes the final mission to be unlocked 1 turn earlier. So we have fewer rounds that we need to defend against these aliens before we can win the game. And the 4th thing is to ask if any countries are in panic. because we'll remove those from where UFOs can spawn. They're just, that continent is gone. It's considered no longer in the game. So at this point, do you guys have any questions?
No.
Awesome. There's a few things. There's a few things in the board game we've left out in the demo. There are more assets available. Commander, you can make guys elite, which allows them to roll 1 extra die on tasks when they're elite. There's more to risk, because if you lose them, they lose the elite status. They're dead. You as a squad leader also have an option to remove crises from the crisis pool by spending 2 soldiers on that. That's a card we have been playing with just to make the demo simpler. But you can manage some other resources on the board, so it's not so brutal. But for the demo, a little bit of brutality is kind of fun. So, cool, awesome. That's the gist of it. Yep.
The app is free?
The app is free. Yep.
Great.
The game will be $59.95. We'll hope to release it later this year. But yeah, the app is free again. Apple, Mac, PC download, iOS and Android, directly from our website to run on there if you want to just run it from there or not download anything. Yeah, again, the idea is it's widely available on any number of devices that we can get it on. So, cool.
When are we going to see the game in stores?
Later this year, late 2014. So yeah. Great. Any other questions? No. Awesome. Thank you all for playing. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Mark, very
cool.
much.
Yeah.